Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura, and today I have a book haul. I got 2 books from Amazon, which I already unboxed. Sorry about that. I didn't tape it because they are new releases, and I wasn't sure what they were about, so I kind of like opened them up and read the synopsis and stuff. And then today I went to Barnes & Noble because my coupon was, I tried to enter it online and the online wasn't working, and it said the coupon's expiring today, so I ran to Barnes & Noble. I said, let me just go try to get my books. So I have 2 books from Barnes & Noble. So first I'm going to do the new releases that I received. The first one is called The Memory Light by Francisco X. Stork. And it looks like this one. Now, I always love books that starts with memory or memories, or especially in the title. But this has nothing to do with memory loss. So, yeah, so I read the synopsis, and this was actually about, it's about suicide, and it is about mental health. And the quote on the top, it says, "This book just might save your life," and that was quoted by Stephanie Perkins. And yeah, so we'll see if I like this one or not. It says that, and I'll read some things on the back. It says, "The memory of light is filled with hard truths and beautiful revelations. It's a beacon of hope for those in the dark of depression. This book just might save your life," and that was quoted by Stephanie Perkins again. Sorry. The memory of light doesn't simplify or sentimentalize the pain of mental health illness. Francisco Stork shows us the universe of the human mind, but it can be terrifyingly dark, and how, in the company of the right sort of heart, and infinitely dazzling. So that was quoted by Martha Brokenberg. She's the author of Game of Love and Death. I don't know. And another quote here says, "This is an honest look at recovery, about finding a way out from rock bottom, and about learning that the process of living with a mental illness is just that, a learning process, a solid, powerful story." And that was quoted by Kelly Jensen, blogger at stackedbooks.org. So that's this one. So that's the first book. And the second book that I picked up this is an author by. This one I wanted to read because I read Hate List by this author, and the author's name is Jennifer Brown, and I loved Hate List. So, and I just picked this one up just because the author wrote it. So, yeah, and look at that cover. It's pretty cool. It's called Shade Me, and I pre-ordered this one. It says, "What color is murder?" So that's pretty cool. And then on the back, I'm going to read the back. And the back says, "I couldn't pinpoint what it was. I was picking up..." I'm sorry, I can't read because I can't see. "I couldn't pinpoint what it was I was picking up on. The way his eyes flicked to the side while he was talking. The fine mist of sweat that edged along his sideburns. The slight tremor in his hands while he rested them on the table. For the first time since this all started, I saw gray tingling the corners of my vision. I wanted so badly to believe that Drew was innocent, but I was beginning to suspect he was also lying." And then there's a quote on the bottom. It says, "Shade Me is a wild ride, illuminating the gritty side of Los Angeles and the beautiful people who populate it. Fans of Veronica Mars will fall in love with Nikki Hill." And that was quoted by Michelle Gagnon. And she wrote Don't Turn Around trilogy. So, yeah, so basically I had no idea what this book was about. Is because the Jennifer Brown wrote it, I just picked it up and I wanted to read it. So, yeah, so that's that one. Okay, so those are the 2 that I pre-ordered. Now, while I was at Barnes & Noble, The book that I wanted to buy online was $10. When I got to the store, I couldn't find it. It was not in the fiction section. It was not in the romance section. So I had to ask the lady, do you have this book in stock? And yes, they had it in stock, but it was $15, and I used my coupon on it. I could have got it for $10 online, but I couldn't get my coupon to work. So anyway, so I used my coupon on it. So the book that I got is the book that I returned to the library because I couldn't renew it. So I got the one that I'm reading for the 2016 reading list. So I did get this one. So it's called Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. Now, where do you think I found this book? It was in Christianity fiction. They have a section just for that. So yeah, so this is where she found it for me. It is a soft cover. Okay, I'm gonna read the back again. I was just choking and I had stopped my camera. Anyway, the back says, a story of love that won't let go no matter what. California's gold country, 1850. A time when men sold their souls for a bag of gold and women sold their bodies for a place to sleep. Angel expects nothing from men but betrayal. Sold into prostitution as a child, she survives by keeping her hatred alive. And what she hates most are the men who use her, leaving her empty and dead inside. Then she meets Michael, a man who seeks his father's heart in everything. Michael obeys God's call to marry Angel and to love her unconditionally. Slowly, day by day, he defies Angel's every bitter expectation until despite her resistance, her frozen heart begins to thaw. But with her unexpected softening comes overwhelming feelings of unworthiness and fear, and so Angel runs back to the darkness, away from her husband's pursuing love, terrified of the truth she no longer can deny. Her final healing must come from the one who loves her even more than Michael does, the one who will never let her go. A powerful retelling of the story of Gomer and Hosea. Redeeming Love is a life-changing story of God's unconditional, redemptive, and all-consuming love. A 6-part reading group guide is included. So that's this one. So I got this one. It is kind of thick. So yeah, maybe I will try to. I was supposed to read this in January, but I did not get to it. So yeah. So maybe I will squeeze it in February and see, or maybe I'll pick it out of the jar again another time. So, so what was my other book that I got? The other book that I got was a paperback, a $10 book. I got this one because April raved about it. I got The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. So, yeah. So it says, The Naturals is a criminal minds for the YA world, and I loved every page. And that was quoted by New York Times bestseller Allie Carter. So this is book 1. They had book 2 and book 3 on the, I guess book 3 was just released. So book 2 was in softcover, book 3 was in hardcover. But I wanted book 1 so I could start the series. And this, I looked it up on Goodreads. It was mostly 4 and 5 stars. So there was a couple of people that gave it 2, but mostly 4 and 5. And it was a 4.17 or something like that in the thing. So on Goodreads. So yeah, so we'll see if I like this one or not. So I picked that one up. So those are the 4 books that I picked up today. Yeah, so we'll see. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye!